So your perception, so when you are being perceived as someone who can deliver, right, they will give you the skill. Couple of speakers say, I'm meeting them for the first time. Ladies and gentlemen, please, can you give a round of applause? 68% of our speakers today, and this is also my first time meeting them. The question you should also ask me, what did I tell them that makes them come just on WhatsApp? So you must understand that you got a skill, and you must also understand that there's a business aspect of this skill. Every organization will invest, not in your skill, but the business aspect of the skill. Collaboration is key.
Thank you, Mr. Dayo, for that enlightening answer. So I can guess what he told them. He told them that he's going to give them a pie of the $1 billion of this industry. Am I right? That's what he told all of us now, that we're going to get a particular amount, from this industry. Is that all right? All right, thank you. So now, this is for every single panelist. I'm going to start from Mr. Mark. It's a question that we would all answer because it has to do with the future of tourism and its impact on collaborating with this $1 billion wedding industry. I hope we all know that the wedding industry is a $1 billion industry. That means there's a lot of money to be made. Everybody has a role to play. Mr. Dai just said it. We have the photographers, they have their role. We have the people that will cook. We have the people that will dress us up to look very beautiful. We have the people that will usher in the groom and the bride, make the events look so exciting. And then we have our team, of making you guys have great experiences that you would always tie to that wedding, right? So we all know that there's a pie, there's a slice of the pie for each and every one. So everyone on the stage now will be answering this question. If you had the opportunity to address African Leaders Tourism Board, and that's because we have Ambassador here, you should be able to tell us exactly what to do, right? Because, you can represent us there. And industry stakeholders directly, what urgent actions would you recommend to unlock the $1 billion potential of wedding tourism in Africa? Based on what you've experienced over the years in all of the countries that you've gone to, Mr. Mark, I'm sorry, what can you tell the African Tourism Board to do? What can they do differently to help the industry?
So I think again, on the theme of collaboration, can't say it enough, for these industry leaders, country presidents, ministers of tourism, etc., to exactly collaborate. So I think we've seen it a little bit recently. I think Ghana recently came out with their, ECOWAS visa-free visits for Africans. We've seen that also on the East Coast. I think Rwanda did similar. So you're seeing that already, the ability to welcome continent family, effectively, other Africans to their countries. We haven't seen it so much in Nigeria. So again, our business is Lagos. It's very much here, and that's what we focus on. But on a wider topic of Africa itself, these the really tangible policies, actions that can be held accountable for, and I think brave leaders. Ultimately, there needs to be some bravery and people willing to put their head up and allow these changes to take effect for the greater benefit of all tourists, of all Africans. So I think the macro answer is quite straightforward. There needs to be discussions and alignment and agreement. The detail is probably what makes it more complicated. How about you, Michael?
So, it's a difficult one because across Africa, it's hard to just talk about Africa as one entity because different African countries approach tourism in different ways. So if you look at Kenya, Morocco, South Africa, they make it very, very easy for people to come in and have weddings. People bring their guests in and so on. So just imagine for a minute that you are in London or in New York or in Toronto, and you're not Nigerian in any way. You want to bring your family of maybe three children, wife, yourself, or husband and yourself. So 5 of you. If you're visiting Kenya, you can get in as a Brit, American, etc. with little or no trouble, very little cost. And then you think about, why don't we do it in Nigeria? And then now you have to allocate £200-300 or dollars per person just to get a visa. That's before you get the flight.
Ingrid, on what you just said. For me, I think Nigerian government must see tourism as a good business. First of all, before they can explore to the other African continents. The issue of for people to come to Nigeria is actually the issue of the visa. I remember when I was going to Egypt, they asked me to pay so much money before I even get the visa, unless I have to talk to the authority and they have to give me okay to board, and I have to pay for the visa on arrival there. So I think Organization of African Unity, they must discuss this, they must flog it out on the floor of OAU in Addis Ababa to see that there must be a policy, a tourism policy, for them to connect together, to make it just like if you have a Schengen visa, you can explore over 26 countries. That must be, talked about in the, at OAU. Secondly, our government, Nigerian government, they must see the potentials, the economic value of tourism, across board. Because don't forget, wedding generates a lot of billions, across board, as a global industry. Don't forget, as I said the other time, the issue of wedding connects across the value chain, the hospitality, the vendors, the fashion element of it, the bakers, all of them. I remember some years back, somebody approached me, Mr. Motosho, my friend is getting married, and I want you to plan it. I said, wait a minute, I have to apply the business sense to it. That I'm not a wedding planner, but I said, okay. I contacted a friend of mine who's also a wedding planner. Give me the bills, and he gave it to me. Then I have to reach out to the other guy. This wedding will cost you so amount of money. Expo Resort is one of our partners. I said, in the package, we're going to give you 3 nights for you to relax for your honeymoon for the event. At the end of the day, the guy paid. I will make so much money about it. So they must see it. Government of the day must also see that they can also have element of taxes from this industry, whereby not just putting all the taxes on the product, particularly the consumption taxes. So they will make a lot of money. Government of the day must see it, and I'm sure that our able person, that is Mr. Olawako now, who's abundantly absent here, who is the DG of Nigerian Tourism Development Authority, is a new guy that is there, barely a year now, and I think he's doing a lot to reach out those who are matters, like Ministry of Tourism, Art and Culture, and to the Mr. President. There must be Presidential Council of Tourism, so that people will be able to see it from that angle. And all our governors, they must see it. It should be the first tour operator in their various states. That was why I put it up last year to organize Destination Nigeria Governor Tourism Conference at Abuja, so that they will see it from different areas, that don't just rely on oil. Nigeria is not a petrodollar economy. They must see the values across the value chain, that with tourism, you're actually promoting, element of tourism in Nigeria. It even goes down beyond the security matter. With tourism, do you know that tourism can solve security issues in this country? Because you cannot just ask people to go and kidnap people and giving them a peanut. Okay? But once they are promoting tourism in their localities, they should be able to do art and craft, they should be able to do 1 or 2 things, and from there they are making money for themselves. Thank you very much.
Ambassador, just to add to what he said, one of those countries that has actually solved security issues is Gambia. Tourism actually did solve their security issue. So when you put all of these things in mind as an industry, you would see how much you can earn, you can see how much you can contribute even to the landscape of Nigeria as an industry. So just like Mr. Dayo said, it goes beyond just planning events or doing things. It's knowing the business and the value that your industry brings to the country. So let Mr. Dayo just tell us his own opinion.
Okay, so as I said, wedding industry is deep and broad. In fact, it cuts across all sectors. And do you know that it's also the largest sector you can ever think of? Because we are all products of a family. And the basic unit of every society is family. Now, how does the family come in? Whether you get married legally or illegally, you say I'm a product of a wedding. Now, the thing is, as long as you are a product of a family, you belong here. So a wedding, military guys get married. regardless of your sector, you get married, you build family, and it is the prayer of every parent that their children get married someday. And do you know that the only language, I repeat, the only language that does not need translator anywhere in the world that you speak it is what? Love. Wherever in this country that you show love, then love is a business, because we are in the business of making love. And so when you understand that value chain, we've seen the area where Tanzania gets married to Nigeria. We've seen Morocco and getting married to Ghana. We've seen Edo getting married to a Yoruba man. The moment there is love, interchange of experience, then you build a community. And so, as I live here, I want us to understand that there are over 150 subsectors in wedding industry alone. It cuts across board. So, regardless of the sector you belong to, own it. When you own it, you'll be reckoned with. So, the mindset should become locally relevant. Your mindset should be locally relevant and globally minded. I repeat, be locally relevant and globally minded.
Thank you, Mr. Dayo. Please, let's give our panelists a round of applause. I believe that this particular session was so insightful. We learned new things, right? We saw new opportunities. Am I right? Great. So now you would have questions for us. We're just going to take 2 people to ask questions. So if you have questions, you want to understand better how you can apply everything they have said to your industry and even to collaborate with them, I'll just like you to raise up your hand. Can I see your hands up? Do you have questions? Anybody with questions? Oh, great. Wow. Our panelists did an amazing work. You understand everything. Wow, that's so amazing. Thank you, our panelists. Thank you, Mr. Mark, Mr. Williams, Ambassador. We appreciate you, Mr. Dayo. Thank you.
From every door and every sun across the sands beyond the seas, love is calling destiny.
Let's go.
Softly.
Dance for it. Let's go. Come on.
From Lagos down to Kigali, from Accra to Nairobi, from Jakarta to Hatay.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Shining royal vows, that's the lining family. Tradition, this is our foundation.
Raise your hands to replay. Today is the wedding day. Different languages, one heartbeat. Feel the joy under your feet.
All right, thank you. All right, DJ, hold up. All right. So please don't go yet. We have a gift for you people. So permit me to welcome the event planner of African Wedding Expo 2026 to join us here. Ladies and gentlemen, please put those hands together for the CEO on the CEDA event. Please, can we celebrate them? Let's go.
I'm here again. Thank you very much to all our special guests and our panelists for today. It's been very insightful and we do appreciate you for being here and taking out time to be with us. On behalf of everyone here and the entire team of the African Wedding Expo, we would like to present an award to our first speaker, Ambassador Ayo Omotosho. Let's put our hands together for him.
We can do better. Let's give the Pan-African Wedding Expo applause. Come on. We can do better with that. Yeah. Oscar P.
All right, we'd like to call on our next award recipient. You would also agree with me that he had given us all that we asked of him today.
Yes.
So on behalf of the African Wedding Expo, I would like to present the next award of credibility to Mr. Williams Ameka. Let's put our hands together for him.
Culture. This is definitely a confluence where business meets activation and activation meets collaboration.
Thank you. So our next recipient for the award of credibility, being an amazing conversationalist on the African Wedding Expo 2026 panel session, is Mr. Max Slade. Thank you very much. And we know our last guest speaker for today. Let's put our hands together for Mr. Dayo Falade.
Yes, the very man now conveyed himself. Thank you so much for that enlightening time. Enlightening time with you.
From Lagos down to Kigali, from Accra to Nairobi, drums are calling, hearts are ready.
All right.
Celebrations steady.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, for the next 10-15 minutes, DJ, hold on. Now we are going to the exhibition tour.
A sustainable company. That will be your final question before I take it to the audience. Tell us your tip of building a sustainable company.
Two things. And somebody said one already. Think local. Think global, act local. Think global, act local. You can't be, your playing field is not your next door neighbor here. Your playing field is what is globally acceptable. The idea is that when people see your work, you should be able to compete anywhere in the world. When I do events and people ask me, what country was this done? Then I know that I'm doing a good job. So they don't see my events and say, oh, that's just Lagos, that's Nigeria. Second thing is systems and structures. You cannot escape putting systems in place, putting structures in place, planning for your succession because you're not going to be here forever. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, sir. So I want to go to our media expert. Media, yes. So you've already given us a hint into some of the juicy bits in the media space that we are missing, especially radio. So we have a generation that are very into sight and sound. And you tell us about radio. How do we harness radio and print media? Because we are all very good with social media, or well, most of us are becoming in tune with social media and thereby forgetting that there is value in both radio and print media. So I know you mentioned it earlier, but I want you to keep 30 seconds and tell us the best way, give examples, the best way to harness these two mediums. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So, radio is actually now more audio-visual because social media has evolved so much so from radio. And with all things being equal, we are now merging things. What we said earlier was collaboration, not competition. That used to happen with radio and social media. Now there's collaboration because radio is now audio-visual. Virtually 90% of radio stations have a social media account. They are everywhere. So at the end of the day, there is a collaboration and it's going to the next level. My advice is this. Like my guy said, think local, act global. No, don't just see your event as in I'm just going to cook for them. I'm just going to decorate the hall for them. I'm just going to provide this for them. Make it like a workplace. Let your work advertise itself, and please, radio still remains the biggest form of involving people in everything. Bless you.
Thank you very much. I'm sure you have learned something new about from Mr. Popo, because a lot of us have taken for granted the place of radio. Mr. Piotr, you mentioned Ashoribi. There's some things that is expected of us as Africans and all of that. So I want you to take the same 30 seconds to tell us how we can preserve our culture with reference to styling. We have some cultures where you have a particular outfit that is expected to be worn by bride or groom, and they go ahead and say, oh no, I'm not going to wear that. Oh, it's not lit and all of that. So how do we preserve our culture with styling in the African wedding industry?
Okay, thank you very much. I still think that we're struggling with that. I start with one wedding. And I'm looking forward to styling, having a bride where maybe Ashley can wear together. Something like that, But generally, we're doing a lot. I mean, we had ojudeoba of recent. I mean, you see the richness and the culture of our outfit. We did the baliganza, and of course, AFBC, they had the cultural night. I mean, so we could see that the younger generation are even coming in, but we need to do more. Why? Because here we like the international brands more than, when I walk in and, when I get consultations, will I be designing those? So no, I'm importing from America. Stuff like that. I think we just need to, and the Gen Zs are not loving it. Right now, we're having at IPAC, there's a direct exhibition going on right now at IPAC. You won't see young people there. But when you go there, you see quality people. And then we just need to sensitize more and probably have something like a cultural wedding. Instead of wearing the normal three-piece black suit, why don't you have a showcase suit? Sometimes bring them more, because when I went to Ghana, if you see a typical Ghanaian wedding, they don't do international. Most of them, they wear their local outfits and all of that. So why can't we do that here?
Wait till you see us at our mock wedding today. All right, thank you, sir. So my final question to you, man, it's just simple. So most times you have someone say, when you say, oh, what's the legal system in your office? And they say, I just started. I'm a new business. I beg, how much do I have? What are you as lawyer? How am I supposed to run that? So we want you to tell us in 30 seconds, at what point would you advise an entrepreneur to set their business through the legal structure?
Thank you very much for that question. The answer is now. If you have not started, you're doing yourself a great disservice. First, you're not showing yourself as credible and trustworthy. Because that name that you think you're using for your business, you don't monopoly for it. Another person may actually be using that name. And when they register that name before you, that means all you have been doing is free marketing and free branding for them. Because when they are calling your name, say Excellent Alaga, for example, and it's not registered, it's not recognized under the law. Another person will register it, and when they go and search, and they do CAC check and they see that this person is actually the owner of the name, all your marketing gone to waste, and your service has gone to the next person. Another thing is your policies, your contracts. You need to have them now. I just cited an example when I started. These things are important, even to photographers. A photographer would think that, or a stylist would think that, if I take a professional picture a photographer takes, and I use it for business to run ads, I can do it. No. The photographer can come after you for intellectual property. Those are the things you are not knowing. But when you already understand and you buy the rights to it, it saves you a lot of headache. Also your payments, your refunds. You will see clients having the audacity to come back to you for refunds. But when you don't have policy on ground, there's nothing to protect you. So the time to go legal is now for your brand protection, for your credibility, and all-round peace of mind in your business.
Oh, thank you very much. Are we awed by this? Let's put our hands together for them. But I'll say we're not done because the floor is open and we're going to be taking questions. If you have questions for our speakers, we have a fashion stylist, the wedding fashion stylist. We have an experienced, seasoned event planner. We have a lawyer, and then we have media personality. If you have any questions in reference to what we've talked about, or something that has been bugging you in line with any of this, we'll take questions now. Ladies and gentlemen, anybody? There's someone over there. Please, can we get the mic over? Oh, please come forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, my panel of judges. My question goes to the media. My question is this. Over the years, I found out that for small scales, it has been a very difficult thing for us to come to your own industry to showcase ourselves. Why? Because most of the time, the practice that comes to us is what we cannot even think about. So how can media look into that to help us to grow? Thank you.
Wow.
Straight bullets.
Wow. So I'm going to be as straightforward as possible. To broadcast is not easy. It's expensive. We know that. But in a station like my own, I can't speak for any other person. For example, on my own show, I have a segment. We know what the country is saying. It is not easy. Petrol alone is about 1,312. How are you going to get to my office to do all this? So what we do is this. I have a segment we call Where You Dey, where we do free advert. Free advert. Just send us your name, this, that. It is, yeah, it's, if you listen to 29.9, you'll get it. Just tell us, oh, I'm a caterer. All request is your social media, and we encourage. A lot of people still don't harness the power of social media. So many things that we know, even me myself is on social media. But at the end of the day, it is not easy. So we encourage even our management, we appeal to them on their behalf and say, this price you are giving is for multinational companies, it's for all these big companies. But the medium and small scale that are out there, that are struggling, that have good quality things to share with the world. So we say, okay, you know what? For people that do this, we create like a free segment. We do it like maybe once a week, and it is massive. We see people saying, oh, I do small jobs. Oh, I do this, I do that. But guess what? It must be on social media so that people can go there for two reasons. One, even if they are not using your services now, they are aware. Secondly, your product is globally local. So I understand the plight that it can be expensive. You don't have to take out a 6 minutes advert. You can do a 15 second. You can do it.